The headliners of tonight's show, by the way, weren't the only big names in town. Many of the biggest names in the Republican Party were at the NRA convention today. They're courting one of the most powerful special interest groups in the country. Our Todd Walker spoke with a political expert about just how much NRA support matters in a run for the White House.
Well, Rory, they put it this way. If you offer a Republican candidate for president a win in the New Hampshire primary or NRA support, they'd probably take the win in New Hampshire, but it's a lot easier to win in New Hampshire if you have the NRA support. So that's what a handful of potential candidates were trying to win over today. When 70,000 NRA members invaded downtown Nashville and Music City Center, they brought with them a lot of voting power.
The Second Amendment creates a sacred right for each citizen of our great country.
That's something that every one of the potential contenders for the Republican nomination for president were very aware of today.
We cannot take for granted American power and American influence.
Several of the names that have been tossed around as people who might try a run at the White House spoke to the NRA Leadership Forum today.
I have my own concealed carry card that I have in my home state.
They want to show that they are completely supportive of the Second Amendment in its purest form, and that's the way to try to get their support.
Prior to the nomination, Republicans are appealing to the conservative bases, and support from the NRA is one of the best conservative feathers to have in their cap.
You've got 6 or 7 people who are, likely to run, maybe even more, thinking about it, and if all of a sudden the NRA was in their camp, that would help.
It's very possible to win the Republican nomination without the NRA's support, but it helps to have it. So even though none of these men have announced they're actually running for president, these are the votes they'd want to have when that time comes.
It just makes life a lot easier if you can get the NRA's support.
And maybe the one thing that is more important than the NRA support is not having the NRA against you. That's an easy way to turn off voters by the thousands.